And we are back with game number 2 of the Fragbite THOR Open semifinals match between Fnatic RC North America versus 3D Max. 3D Max getting to the semifinals after being MPW took game number 1 in convincing fashion. And they weren't even playing on the server that they wanted to, as now they are on European server, and Fnatic North America must be a bit puzzled how they let that game slip away, but the early game just could not cut it, and they're tiny on the other side, headed by Noya, just went to work so fast. So we'll see how the bans and picks shape up, but Fnatic North America now in a bit of a deficit. The next 2 games, if they manage to bring it out to a 3rd game, will go on the European server. As Fnatic banning out the Batrider, looks like Fnatic do have the first pick, so they can dictate how they want to play with this first pick. They ban out the Batrider, so that might... No, they're going to bet the Templar Assassin as well. Now 3D Max actually at the first pick. They pick up the Bounty Hunter again, as that Bounty Hunter did a lot of work. Darkseer has not been putting in any work this tournament, just been exposed over and over again. And looks like what will Fnatic respond with? Should they pick up the Magnus? Should they pick up something like a Wisp? Wisp, unfortunately, was not too effective for them in game number 1. But we'll see if they can swing it around this game, as Jakiro's in the pool, so it wouldn't be too surprising to see Twin Head Dragon the pickup for Fnatic in the opening phase. They don't want to let 3D Max pick up Twin Head Dragon for themselves. But they pick up the Chen and the Wisp, so gonna get some nice healing, get some nice mobility, and get a nice pushing / jungling presence right off the bat. But that does leave Twin Head Dragon open to the 3D Max squad. And 3D Max is taking a lot of time, should probably pick up the Twin Head Dragon, and may secure themselves part of their tri-lane. Or pick themselves up a mid-solo before Fnatic start banning him out in the 2nd phase. Maybe something like a Queen of Pain, maybe something like a Pudge for themselves, maybe something like a Night Stalker who synergizes quite well with the Bounty Hunter. Meanwhile, Fnatic, they're gonna have to get their Wisp ganks going much earlier. Wisp was only level 6 at around 15 minutes in the game, or 13 minutes in the game. Definitely too late to start the ganks going. As we're just gonna wait. Magnus and Jakiro. Magnus worked quite well for 3D Max in the last game, and Chaos Knight is the immediate response by Fnatic. Want a bit more of a late game presence, or a mid game presence with that Chaos Bolt. Get people out of position with the Reality Rift, but 3D Max, they pick up Magnus yet again, gonna be in the mid lane. And we'll see, maybe they're going to shut down the Magnus with Chaos Knight Wisp combination in the mid lane. It'll be interesting to see. Meanwhile, Magnus worked wonders for 3D Max in the last game. Getting that skewer, blanket skewer, getting the reverse polarity on a couple of heroes, reverse polarity if it lands. Definitely the best spell in the game, but that is if it lands on more than one hero. Meanwhile, 3D Max starting to ban off offlaners, ban out the Windrunner, so we'll see if they ban out heroes like Batrider. No, Batrider already been banned. May ban out heroes like Lone Druid and Nature's Prophet as well to really take away the offlane presence, as most of the offlaners have been taken, and that might force Fnatic to go for an aggressive tri-lane, which is pretty odd with the Wisp, considering Wisp has no sort of aggressive tri-lane maneuvers. Tiny's going to be banned by Fnatic. RC do not want to let 3D Max get themselves another Tiny pick and absolutely decimate them yet again. Meanwhile, Broomer is going to be the ban. So they're definitely banning off offlaners, banning off the Queen of Pain as well. 3D Max just going through their bans very quickly. Meanwhile, Fnatic banning out potential support / mid lanes, banning out pretty much whoever they don't want to play against. And they ban out the Lifestealer as well, so ban out a couple carries and a support, knowing that 3D Max is not shaped out their tri-lane just yet. But Sven is a pickup by 3D Max. Empower with God Strength. That Sven gonna be super buff, super early on. And it'll be interesting to see how Fnatic North America will pressure this Sven. Sven, of course, a pretty strong counter to Chaos Knight in his own right. Those cleaves just melting through those illusions in an instant. So Fnatic North America, they're going to have to think of something. If they're going to try to go late game, they have a Chen who doesn't scale well in the late game at all. Wisp, Not the best late game either, because he just sort of dies. He does have the overcharge. He picks up an Invoker, so gonna go for more of a mid-game teamfight presence. Get themselves a nice mid-solo. Invoker has not been seen at all during this tournament. Has definitely fallen off the face of the earth. Invoker does need, I think, too much experience in these short games to really make a noticeable impact. And meanwhile, 3D Max, they're going to try to seal up their trial, and maybe they're going to pick up something like an Enchantress to get themselves in jungle presence. Jakiro Sven, a strong dual lane in its own right. But they could go with Shadow Demon, which worked quite well with Crit in the last game. Gonna take a bit of their reserve time. But yeah, I think Enchantress might be a good pickup in this situation. Enchantress does die quite easily, but she's pretty strong against Chen. The impetuses against heroes like Wisp and Chaos Knight, who move very fast and want to get away, could be pretty useful and getting that presence. But they pick up the Enigma, getting themselves a bit more of a teamfight presence. Pretty solid pickup, and now they have a jungler, so Sven and Jakiro will get a bit more experience in their lane. And this last pick will tell the tale of what Fnatic want to do. Will they go aggressive trying to try to match up against the Sven Jakiro lane, or will they just play defensively? They do have Chen, so they could put an offensive jungle Chen if they really need to. But this last pickup will speak wonders, because they're either going to pick up an off-lane hero or they're going to pick up a safe lane hero. Lone Druid might be a smart pickup here, but he might just be a little too late game for Fnatic and RC to contend with. But they're going to take a lot of time to think about this. They know this pick very, very important, as Fnatic North America could potentially still run dual lanes to Invoker safe lane and do an off lane that way. Chaos Knight very versatile on Holly lanes. They could try to shut down the Magnus, but they are going to put the Beastmaster off lane, so we'll see where the Chaos Knight goes. As Fnatic do have the Beastmaster stack Ancients in the off lane, at the very least, but he's going to be in a lot of danger. Can't really venture very close because Ice Path, such a long range that it'll just hold Beastmaster in place. As Sven gets Stormbolt with Enigma coming out of the jungle, and then Beastmaster will die in an instant. So 3D Max only need to win one more game to try to make themselves to the Grand Finals and try to secure themselves a spot in Stockholm, Sweden for the LAN Finals. But now's the time to go over the players and teams. So on the side of 3D Max, we have Hayek playing the Twin-Eyed Dragon. Ace is going to be playing the Bounty Hunter. Crit is going to be playing the Enigma. It looks like Rot is going to be playing the Magnus, and Noya is going to be playing the Sven. Meanwhile, on the side of Fnatic, we have Whitebeard playing the Invoker, Derp playing the Wisp, Smurf playing the Chaos Knight, Rolo is going to be playing the Chen, and Tobacco is going to be playing the Beastmaster. So we'll see what items this Chaos Knight has. Looks like he's going to stay in the safe lane. Whitebeard picks up a Null Talisman, try and increase his last hitting damage. That base damage nerf on Invoker did hurt him a decent amount. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter is going to stay in the offlane position. Crit is just going to deny that first creep, send back to the fountain, and Bounty Hunter will get a little bit more creep equilibrium. And Wisp does have Sentry Ward, so it will be a safe lane. Chaos Knight Invoker will be going to the mid lane. So they're going to try to shut down this Bounty Hunter, but Chaos Knight does run out of mana quite easily. So they're going to have to be worried on that.
The battle begins.
But observer wards have not yet been placed by the Chen. They have not placed any wards on the map, so Beastmaster has no idea where anybody is. Haste Rune immediately picked up by the Jakiro, as Beastmaster trying his best to get some early blocks, but this creep equilibrium should always remain near the Sven. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter doing the same, got the creep equilibrium successfully pulled very, very far, and with that range creep being denied by the Enigma, the creep equilibrium for Bounty Hunter will be swinging around towards his own tower very, very soon, so Bounty Hunter will get a lot of experience very early on. But does not speak well for Fnatic at this stage in the game. Meanwhile, Invoker versus Magnetar. Invoker picking up a point to exhort, trying to increase his damage by a lot, trying to really pressure the Magnetar. But Magnetar, once he picks up the ball, should be just fine. And that Shockwave gonna allow himself to push his lane. And it's not like Invoker gonna have too easy of an access into the runes. So Magnus should be just fine in this lane, could not get the last hit with that Shockwave. But does already have the ball shipping towards him. Banner hits level 2. Beastmaster's trying to stack that camp, not warded off. Looks like the 3D Max guys didn't, they don't really feel the need to ward it off. They feel like as long as Sven gets some free farm, but they're going to do a pull, so the creep equilibrium will be messed up a little bit at the very least. But it does give Jakiro some nice experience. And Sven, good enough player to last hit under the tower anyway. Gonna give himself some armor bonus through the Warcry so he doesn't take nearly as much damage as he normally would have. But so far, I think the 3D Max guys have a pretty solid laning advantage at this stage in the game. Sven already out farming the Chaos Knight. Bounty Hunter almost level 3, meanwhile Beastmaster's still level 1. Gonna check the rune, but the rune is top. Invoker does pick up the rune. Nice split maneuver by the Dire, getting themselves into the rune position at the same time. So they were able to get the rune no matter what. And now Cold Snap is going to work on the Magnetar, but he's going to just bottle courier it up. No flying courier as of yet. And now Bounty Hunter caught in a little bit of an awkward position. There is a troll creep, but Bounty Hunter is going to escape just fine. Looks like Chen is content to jungle it up, try to get as much experience, get that fast Hand of God, get that fast level 5 before the push starts to go in. Meanwhile, Wisp just floating around, doing what Wisps do best. Just sapping experience, trying to get to level 6. But there's already a pretty significant stack for the Beastmaster. Looks like 3 stacks at the moment, and he's going to get another stack right now. So Beastmaster is going to get a lot of experience in a huge bunch, but at this point he's still just level 1. It won't be for quite a bit until he picks up that soaring before he gets some experience, and he doesn't have any components for soaring. Picked up a lot of clarities early on, so that's going to be good for him at the very least. But level 1 axes, it's going to take quite a while before this creeps to actually die. And he's going to have to go through a lot of clarities very early on. So it looks like the Dire are going to do a very early push, have the troll creep. So going to summon some skeletons. It's going to take some of the tower. Wisp going to take a bit of the tower damage. He's actually might just die to the tower. He is going to die to the tower. Huge mistake, as he didn't auto attack a creep or did not try to draw the aggro off. And that push is going to be thwarted without the Wisp Spirits driving the Bounty Hunter back. As I'm really puzzled to why the Wisp let that happen. I'm not too sure, guys. They're going to continuously work on this tower, but Wisp, without the Stone George being placed, Bounty Hunter has no fear of just staying there, but the net is dropped. But no, now there's no secondary stun, as looks like the lag might be getting to Fnatic RC, but they are not playing very sharp at all. Meanwhile, Beastmaster going to get Malefist on the bottom lane, but no reinforcements. And Invoker keeping up with Magnus in terms of last hits, but Magnus definitely gets going a lot earlier than Invoker. Just needs that Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, Invoker needs a slew of items and needs level 17 as well to get the max potential out of his Invoke spell. But going to be an offensive reality for the Bounty Hunter, catching him asleep at the wheel. He is going to take the fall. That is going to be first blood. Looks like Chen does pick it up, and that's going to be the top tier 1 tower. So Fnatic RC trying to get themselves an early lead. Nicely done to get the kill. And now there's an Observer Ward being placed, so very late on Observer Ward to prevent any more stacks by the Beastmaster. I'd rather just place it in the beginning to really shut down the Beastmaster. But I guess later is better than never, apparently. The Beastmaster's gonna have his Soul Ring now. Meanwhile, Sven continuing his free farm. 35 CS, already picked up the Strength Treads. Probably gonna go into fast BKB, I imagine. Whitebeard has finished the phase boots for himself. Magnetar has finished his own boots. Will he go for the same build that he did last game? Go for Arcane Boots into the dagger to really sustain those shockwaves. But now Bounty Hunter is going to hit level 6, already almost level 7, even if he did give up first blood. So he's going to get the track gold going a lot earlier on. And if he gets level 11 very, very fast, then that could mean a lot of trouble for Fnatic, because that increased track gold does make a lot of difference. But Exhort Invoker, not really a team fighting hero like a Quaswex Invoker. Meanwhile, there's going to be a migration as Sven does kill the Beastmaster, and Bounty Hunter is in position. Gonna get the Janata as reverse polarity, gonna be cancelled, but then hits on Whitebeard. Gonna hold in place, they're gonna get a nice bounty off the track. So immediately, 2 kills being picked up by the side of 3D Max in quick succession. And Sven's gonna continue his free farm. Meanwhile, Chaos Knight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Where is Chaos Knight? Chaos Knight was farming in the jungle. Picks up a fast hand of Midas to really get his experience going, I must imagine. But pretty late. No, actually it's only 6.5 minutes, so, you know, pretty fast hand of Midas. Not the fastest I've ever seen. But reasonably fast. Definitely benefited from the tower kill. And Chaos Knight gonna fuel his experience rush by quite a bit. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter does get a kill on the Chen by himself with the help of Magnus. So another track kill going into the pocket of Bounty Hunter. Definitely going to cement themselves an early game gold advantage, as it's going to be another track the Skewer does whiff. So Whitebeard's going to be safe for now. But got to be careful of this Bounty Hunter. He's getting his track kills going. He hits level 8 as well. And meanwhile, this Beastmaster going to get his Ancient stack severely contested. He was really counting on that Ancient stack to give him a lot of experience. But those axes, not going to be enough, as he's going to be stunned in place for a bit by the Malefice. Ice Path going to fly in. Whitebeard is in place. Jakiro is going to take the fall. Cold Snap going to go to town, as Enigma is in place trying to maneuver himself for the Black Hole, as there's going to be a stun by Sven. Bounty Hunter does pick up the kill. Black Hole coming in. No, Enigma just juking back and forth. Here comes the Magnetar, as Enigma now completely out of mana. Whitebeard going on the offensive, doing a bunch of damage to the Enigma, but here comes the Magnetar. Can the Chen escape one more hit? Bounty Hunter does get the last hit. And they didn't even use the Black Hole in that engagement. Now Chaos Knight going to take a bunch of damage, 4-second stun. Should mean that Chaos Knight should escape pretty easily. Going to be a Rally Rift back in for the Magnetar. So overall, not too sure if that favored. Looks like it was an even exchange overall, but Magnus buying back definitely means that the Dire came out ahead in that exchange. But keep in mind, neither of the big ultimates are used. Neither Reverse Polarity nor the Black Hole was used. And meanwhile, Whitebeard might be in a bit of trouble, gonna get tracked. And here comes the Enigma Malefice holding him in place. And this is the problem with Invoker. Needs too much experience, as Bounty is gonna escape just fine. And some pressure is gonna be applied to this middle tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, Beastmaster to hit level 4 from all those constant engagements, managed to clear up some of the Ancients. Get a nice chunk of gold into his pocket, but still does not have boots, and this camp severely being contested, as Magnus going to work on this. Will there be a Dire migration? Those camps way too tough for the Magnus to take on by himself, and Beastmaster going to axe him up a little bit more. But meanwhile, take an early look at the goal graph. Because of those track kills, definitely in favor of the Radiant, but not an insurmountable advantage at this stage of the game. Experience graph heavily in favor of the Radiant as well. Definitely something a bit more concerning, as Invoker does need a lot of levels in order to really reach his max potential. But Fnatic do still have all of their towers up, as the Sentry does scout the position of the Bounty Hunter. Chen trying to bait it out as long as possible, but there is going to be a rally if they are going to kill the Bounty Hunter. Sunstrike coming in, not going to get the kill, but Chen picks up another kill, as a bit unfortunate, as the Chaos Knight could not get the last hit. And this Chaos Knight only has treads 10 minutes in game with the Ana Midas. Going to get some more experience on the back of that Midas. But this is a really farming Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight usually a pretty strong ganker. But I like this Chaos Knight style a little bit more. He really does need a lot of items in order to truly carry the game, especially against the likes of Sven. And considering that the early game is not really going to their liking, he definitely wants to transition into more of a late game build. But unfortunately for him, Beastmaster not getting too much experience. Chen does fall off quite significantly, and since Invoker is going to take quite a while before he fully gets his experience back on track, then it might be a little too late for this Chaos Knight to solo carry it up. Meanwhile, Radiant playing very passively, 7-5. And they're pretty close to finishing the mechanism. If they get that, I think they might try to go for a push themselves. Meanwhile, Chen is going to be forced to help out the Beastmaster as the ward has timed out. We'll see if Bounty Hunter places another ward, or he's going to try to scout the Beastmaster by himself anyway. Going to try to limit Beastmaster's experience as much as possible. Still not even close to level 6. Very, very far away, as this Beastmaster has had a negligible impact at this stage in the game. But there's going to be a smoke gank reality rift onto this Sven. Sven is definitely going to fall. Here comes the Axis flying in, and Chen picks up another kill. Man, this Chen jacking kills left and right. Gonna finish fast mechanism, but that's gonna be it. And meanwhile, Whitebeard, Whitebeard, you're in a lot of trouble. As it's gonna be a track, Sunstrike, Cold Snap, gonna hold Magnus in place, but he skewers out of range. He has a haste rune. He's gonna escape. Shockwave gonna fly back in. Here comes the Beastmaster teleport. Dual Breath doing a bunch of damage to Invoker. One last hit by the Bounty Hunter does get the kill, but it looks like Invoker did pick up a kill on Jakiro, so 1-for-1 exchange. And Beastmaster got a lot of experience from that and is now level 5.5. So pretty significant win for the Dire. Dire making a huge comeback, as they're going to get a tier 1 tower for their troubles as well. Invoker buys back. They want to defend this middle tier 1 tower. They're going to get the defense off.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But there's going to be a reverse. Nope, reverse party is still up. Wisp teleports back in, and Wisp melts in the blink of an eye. Magnus trying to wait as long as possible for the reverse party. There it is. A nice group up. Going to mean the death of 2 heroes. Here comes the Black Hole just to seal the deal. Macro power being used as well. Smurf Dota is going to take the fall, as those teleports were incredibly poor by Fnatic North America. And that's going to mean a tier 1 tower at the very least. A lot of track gold going into the pocket of the Bounty Hunter, and he's going to be very, very happy. Almost level 11 this early on. Going to mean very, very bad news for the Dire. And they finally get themselves a tower for their troubles.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And you can see the gold graph about to take a huge jump up, probably to around 5k. And the experience graph is going to speak volumes about this game so far, approaching 10k, 12 minutes in the game. And I do think, again, that the Reign have a better late game. So this is not looking good for Fnatic North America. And Beastmaster's not even level 6 yet. My god, this Beastmaster is just had a nightmare. And another Observer Ward being placed. This Beastmaster not catching a break. He's just like, come on guys, really? Continuously axing those camps, but really that's all he can do at this stage. Cannot venture to lane. Does not want to deprive Invoker and Chaos Knight of too much experience, because they are the only hopes of Fnatic North America in the late stages of the game. Meanwhile, Chen, here comes a skewer as there's going to be a track. Magnus is there, going to get the shockwave. Going to mean the end of the life for the Chen. Bounty Hunter is dominating. Wisp is going to get out of there safely. Here comes Chaos Knight and the Invoker. Do they have any detection, as Magnetar might just die? He's going to get Cold Snapped. He's going to get Chaos Bolted. He is going to pay the price, but going to get one last shockwave as a cheeky gift. And Bounty Hunter should escape. He is dusted, but the track going to increase Bounty Hunter's move speed as well as phase boots. He's going to get out of there. So I think overall that did favor the 3D Max guys yet again. They lost a Chen for a Magnus, but track gold. And there's going to be another kill on the Wisp. Bounty Hunter just has no fear. Going to go for a fast lads rather than a fast BKB. Meanwhile, Beastmaster is going to be in a lot of trouble. Here comes the approach of Sven. And when a guy, a blue skin guy, at 350 move speed is running towards you, gotta get the heck out of there. And meanwhile, Invoker not gonna see Crit choosing the perfect hiding spot. He doesn't have the black hole, but he's gonna swing around, cast a Malphus, and there's gonna be a bunch of teleports in. Ice Path gonna be in there, as Crit is gonna have to back heck out of there. It looks like Fnatic really want to defend this tower. Gonna try to get a stun off onto the Sven, but Chaos Knight completely out of mana. Here comes a dual breath. As Stormbolt catches 2 heroes, can they get the Ice Path? They do get the Ice Path on the Chaos Knight at the very least. Meanwhile, Enigma is caught completely out of position. Here comes the Chen. Test of Faith going to slow down the offense, as Chaos Knight is going to take the fall. Magnus is there to reinforce. Not a Hex or Noya does pick up the kill, and now Bounty Hunter is here. He's going to get the tracks going. He does have the drums. Can he get the track off onto Whitebeard? Enigma trying to get into place to get the Malphus. Here comes the Midnight Pulse, nicely done to cut down the trees. And the Tornado gonna be enough to save Whitebeard for now, but he is tracked. He cannot hide forever. Here comes the Shockwave to clean it up. Ice Path gonna be there to hold Chen in place. Dual Breath gonna continuously slow down Chen. Another track kill. Magnus picks up a double kill. It's looking very grim for North American Fnatic team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As Invoker, Chaos, and I have not been able to accomplish anything. Sven over 100 CS this early in the game, and he's about to finish his BKB, and Sven is going to get only more and more powerful. Meanwhile, only one usage of each big ultimate has been used, Reverse Polarity and the Black Hole respectively. So really, Fnatic in a lot of trouble. But at least Beastmaster hit level 6. Beastmaster's like, alright guys, I can do something. Finally useful. Enigma picks up Blink Dagger, as there's going to be a teleport in for the Wisp, but that is just a bait for the Magnetar trying to get in position for the Reverse Polarity as the Centaur Ward is dropped. Can he get in position for the Reverse Polarity? Ice Path flying in. Looks like Wisp going to take the fall. Tornado, Reverse Polarity catching 3 heroes. Beautiful Reverse Polarity, but it looks like the Roar enough to hold Magnetar in place and not enough follow-up damage to really make that Reverse Polarity count as crit flies in. He does have the dagger, so he can escape out of trouble pretty easily. He's going to just blink to the high ground right about now. Nope, Reality Drift, the Blink Dagger is cancelled. Crit. As I guess the Blink Dagger was on cooldown that entire time. Bounty Hunter, meanwhile, does pick up a kill, going back on the offensive as he is out of mana to cast a Shadow Walk. I do believe now he does get the Shadow Walk off. Already has a Vlad's 2.8k gold in the bank. And keep in mind, Sven, just, you know, doing whatever he wants. So that engagement definitely favor the Dire. But still, the fact that Bounty Hunter got more track kills, I think they got 2 kills in that exchange, and the fact that Sven is just free farming it up means that that might have been a Pyrrhic victory.
Regeneration.
Taking a look at the gold graph, 10k gold this early in the game. Pretty significant experience graph, over 12k. Ridiculous farm as Bounty Hunter is scouting out the movement of the Chen. It might be time for Fnatic to go for a Desperation Gem because this Bounty Hunter is just getting too much done. Here comes Skewer, gonna finish the life off of Magnus. Blanket Black Hole by crit catches 2 heroes. Do they have any follow-up damage? They do not. The track in for the Beastmaster might be enough to claim the kill as Wisp was there with a nice teleport mechanism being popped with a crit taking so much damage. Enigma does finish off the Beastmaster. So 2 for 1 in this exchange. Magnetar is going to pay with it for his life. But Bounty Hunter is back in there. He's going to have to backtack out of there. Dust, is it there? They are going to use the Dust as it might have been too late. Magnus buys back yet again. But now Sven is in the picture. And he knows. It's clobbering time, as Track gonna reveal the position of Whitebeard, but Sven just too slow, can't get a Storm Bolt off, as Bounty Hunter trying to go in, try to kill the Wisp yet again. And looks like Noya deciding he's finally gonna stick with his team, did manage to kill a tier 1 tower on the top lane, and he's gonna work with that Warcry, not yet using God Strength, knowing that the tower is not in deny range, so no hurry to take down this tower. They're going to wait for Reverse Polarity. It is up. Magnus does have a dagger, and he's going to start empowering Sven for a huge amount of damage. Going to be very, very scary with that increased cleave damage. And it's going to be initiation onto the Chaos side. Storm Bolt, BKB, Storm Bolt. Oh my god, Reverse Polarity catches everybody except for the Chen. And that's going to mean the beginning of the end of Fnatic North America. That Reverse Polarity is so clutch. My god. 4-man Reverse Polarity. That is why Reverse Polarity, if it hits more than 2 targets, is his best spell in Dota. It is a full-on stun, not channeling, cannot be unobstructed, and that's going to mean a Rax for the 3D Max squad. Blinken, Malefice skewered, send the Chen back, dies in an instant. Meanwhile, Smurf Dota going to be held in place by the Ice Path. Here comes the Wisp, trying to save his life, but all he's going to do is die with the Chaos Knight. Very, very cute. Never wants to be apart from Chaos Knight, even in death. It's going to mean the middle racks. They can even try to swing around for the bottom racks because the tier 2 tower is dead on that lane. And there's really not too much a Beastmaster and Invoker can do by themselves. They can drop a Meteor all they want. But this Invoker very, very underexperienced. And we see the weakness of Invoker. Here comes the Sunstrike in conjunction with the Roar and the Meteor, but crit. Still Curtis 5 has a mechanism. Blink and Skewer. And this is going to be GG for Fnatic North America. They do finally call the GG. And 3D Max beat MTW, beat Fnatic North America. And they're going to move on to the Grand Finals to await the winner between Team Zero and Pulse Gaming to try to qualify for the Land Finals in Stockholm, Sweden. But 3D Max looking very, very strong. Definitely a team you should keep your eyes on.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
But yeah, that's gonna end in this game. I'll find out if there are any more games. I'm not too sure if the post-0 match is gonna take place right about now.
Dire's middle
But I'll let you know if as soon as I can. But that's gonna end in this match. Thank you for watching. I'm VBallin from DogeCommentaries.com. Please follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/VBallin773, twitch.tv/VBallin773. Just click that follow button, it'll help me out greatly. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.